Today's roulette strategy is presented to us by Luke95 and it's called Cover Your Back. Now, it's an adaptation from the roulette strategy you've probably seen called Cover Your Ass. He's called it Cover Your Back. It's a little bit different, a bit of an adaptation. Obviously, you guys can tell me if you think it's better than the original Cover Your Ass. So I have the bet saved. It's going to be one that you need saved because there's quite a lot of bets to put on. We have our, well, in fact, I'll just get the bet on because it's saved. We won't mess around. Got time to put it on. We did have our $1,000 bankroll, obviously 957 in the bank, and it's a $43 bet on the table. This is what it looks like. So we have $16 on the bottom column, and then we have $3 on these corners, and you can see they overlap. They start from 5 and they end on 33. And there are jackpot numbers. There's a few different payouts which I'll explain as we go along. So you can see that one returned $48. That was in the bottom column where we have $16, obviously 16 times 3, 48. And anybody smart enough will know $43 bet, $48 return is a $5 profit. I say anybody smart enough. Everybody that watches this channel is obviously smart enough to work out 48 minus 43. So those bets at the bottom, in the bottom column, pay us a $5 profit. The ones that are covered by corners, which that is not, luckily that's in the bottom column. So that's another $5 profit. Let me just repeat the bet. So the numbers covered by corners give us a $11 profit. But to give us an $11 profit, they need to touch 2 corner bets. So 6, 5, 32 and 33, because they only touch 1 corner, are actual partial losses. They lose $16 with this setup. 17 is a nice one, right in the middle. So this one's going to be that $11 profit. $43 bet, returns 54. Just repeat the bet. So the setup here, in total, we have 28 wins. I've just explained that we do have some that pay us $5, some that pay us $11. So we have 16, what I've called jackpot numbers. They're not, well, they are actually double what the other ones are. So 16 winners in here that touch the 2 corner bets. Obviously 12 here in the bottom column. 16 plus 12, 28 winners. That leaves us with 9 losers, but not all losers are the same. I'll go into that in a minute. Okay, 13 is a small winner. We repeat that bet. So we have the obvious losers that don't touch anything. 0, 2, 3, 35, 36. Complete wax. $43 lost. And like I mentioned before, 5, 6, 32 and 33, despite touching that corner or having a corner bet on them, actually going to lose us money. So that's minus 16. So out of the 9 losers, 5 of them are wax, 4 of them are partial losses, and that's where the progression is adapted. And I'll tell you about that in a minute. There we go. So we just hit a partial loss. $43 bet, returns 27. What we do on a partial loss is repeat and add a unit. Okay, so if you've seen the cover your ass version, it's any loser, double up. Luke95 has said with this, bit safer, partial loss, add a unit. And then we're going to stay at this level until we can get back to session profit. If we do hit a complete whack, so that's if we hit 0, 2, 3, 35 or 36, then we're going to double. Don't go into 0. Just hit another partial loss. So we're going to add a unit. So we're going to repeat. Add a unit. $129 now. So obviously, the first add a unit is the same as double. Going from 43 to 86, yes, we added a unit, yes, we doubled. But obviously, it's a bit different here, isn't it? Because instead of going from 83 doubled, would have gone to 166. We're now at 129. So we're a little bit safer because we hit that partial loss. If we hit a whack, we're doubling this up. So that's one of our good wins. And we just stay at this level until we get back into session profit. 26 was our session profit. We're on 11. So I think, I'm pretty sure if we hit this, because we're 3 units, aren't we? We're going to be into session profit. If we hit a good one, if we hit a jackpot. Because, like I said, on the base level, one of those jackpot numbers pays us $11 profit. We're 3 units. So we're going to get $33 profit if we hit one of those good numbers, which we just have done. There we go. $44 in profit, completely reset. Let's just work that out. If we were to hit a smaller one, so normally it pays us $5. Obviously, level 3 or 3 units would have paid us $15 profit. We were on 11 plus 15 would have sent us to 26. Would have been exactly at session profit, which is interesting. I wonder if Luke 95 worked that out or if that was just pure coincidence. So even if we'd have hit a lower loser, would have done okay there. Okay, we'll take these bigger wins. So obviously with our stats, we're going to be playing for 37 spins. We know we've got 28 winners. So after 37 spins, we would hope that that win number is 28 or higher. Well, obviously we want to get a bit lucky. But as with a lot of these roulette strategies, there's a step deeper. I can't really remember if we've had 16 jackpots and 12 smaller ones. Obviously, you guys can rewind and watch this to see if it was on the lucky side in terms of big wins or small wins. But right now, I just want to pay attention to wins and loss ratio. And I say pay attention, there's nothing I can do. And just out of pure curiosity, if we're on the lucky side in terms of wins and losses. So that's the progression. Double on a whack. Fortunately, we haven't hit a whack yet. Add a unit on a partial loss. And obviously on this base bet, so when we're on a $43 bet, if it's a partial loss or a whack, it's going to be exactly the same amount added, isn't it? It's going to be $43 added no matter what. It's when you get to level 2, level 3, that changes from either doubling or adding $43. For the time being, we are just going to repeat that bet. I mean, that recovery was pretty nice, wasn't it? We lost 2 in a row. 1, 2. Don't forget they were partial losses, so they weren't a complete disaster. And then we won 2, and we were right back where we needed to be. So lose 2 partial losses, follow the progression, win 2. You're at the same level or higher. Or actually, saying that, I've just remembered we hit 2 jackpots, didn't we? So I think if you hit 2 smaller wins, you're not at that session profit. So you'd have to go again. This is one of those slow and steady ones until you get into a lot of trouble. There's no absolute banger numbers like we've had some previously. I always forget the names of the strategies. The one that we were playing before, what did he call it? I've got it written down somewhere. Mellow Jello, I think it was. Oh, that's a partial loss. Yeah, was it Mellow Jello? Anyway, there's some of them. Let me just repeat this and add a unit. That have like 8, 11, 17, 20 that are huge, like $60, $70 profit. And obviously, as you get through the progression, we're looking at $300, $400 profit. This one is going to be a little bit of profit, a little bit of profit. But that's what happens when you have such high coverage. 28 numbers covered. 75.7% probability of winning. Okay, so that's a small win. We're not back at session profit. Just going to repeat that. So the reset is when you're back at session profit. We were at 76. We're now at 70. So if we'd have hit a jackpot number then, we could have reset straight away. 60 plus 22. Yeah, we'd have been on 82. That's interesting. One partial loss, follow the progression, one jackpot number, you're back where you were, or you're even higher than where you were. 27's nice, and we can reset. What was that last strategy called? I must have it written down. Ah, Black Hole by Spike Mike. So I've got a confession to make. I record these like maybe 2 in the same day. And as I'm recording this, Black Hole by Spike Mike isn't published on the YouTube channel yet. And if you haven't watched that, I'm waiting to hear from the community if that's in the top 8 or not. Something something a little bit annoying happened in that roulette strategy. In that roulette session, sorry. Basically, we had a bet that didn't get accepted, and then a jackpot number came in. And essentially, if that bet would have been accepted and won, then Black Hole by Spike Mike would be in the top 8. Because it didn't get accepted, we played another spin. It lost that last spin, and now it's not in the top 8. So there's a bit of controversy. Back into 34. So I actually don't know the score this needs to get into the top 8 because we haven't confirmed if Spike Mike, the Black Hole, is in the top 8 or not. I think if it wants to get into the top 8, it's going to need a score of about 250 or higher. So in my other videos, when I've known for sure, right, you've got to get over $200 or you've got to get over 220. I'm not sure yet because I don't know what's happening with Black Hole. We're just going to repeat this bet, collect these $5 wins. So $5 wins are obviously nicer than losing, but it might just be too slow. Well, we're halfway there. Look, we are halfway there. 18 wins and we're at $107. So this is like exactly on track to make $200 in the 37 spins, which I think it needs 220 now, at least 220. It's not going to do it with that. Right, there's a double up. I think that's our first complete whack. So we can repeat and double. It's an $86 bet. I'm glad that happens on base level. I don't really want to be doubling my $86 bets. Well, I've got 86 double, 160, double again, 320. Probably can't do the 640. It obviously depends on how much money we've made by the time that happens. So we don't have that many progressions if we keep on getting hit with whacks. 20's good though. So I'm just going to repeat that bet. Yeah, I mean, we only have 5 whacks. We do have 9 losers. So I feel like we are on the lucky side for now, but 5 whacks, 13.5% probability. I just hope I can get back down to base bet before another whack comes in. 107.86. So are we going to need we're going to need 3 wins at this level, aren't we? Where's that send us? 108. Oh no, we're $1. We're $1 over our session profit. We can reset. Right, so even after a complete whack, 2 big wins, and you're back at session profit or above session profit by $1. So obviously if we hit A big one and a small one would need to go again. Two small ones definitely need to go again. So two big ones, which there are more big ones than small ones. Just a quick reminder, 28 winning numbers, 16 of them are big, 12 of them are small. Yeah, so you have a 43.2% probability of hitting the big ones. You have a 32.4% probability of hitting the small ones. And added that together, that's a 75.6 or 75.7% probability of winning. Which I think we are on the lucky side at the moment. Couldn't tell you if we're on the lucky side or unlucky side in regards to jackpots. I say jackpots, big wins and small wins. Let's have a quick look at these numbers, shall we? Small win, big win, whack, small win, small win, big win, small win, partial loss, big win, small win. So there's a lot of small wins there. And like I said, there are more big wins than there are small wins. There's another small win. I mean, I'll take a win. But just looking at those 13 numbers that are here, how many big wins are there out of that? 1, 2, 3, 4. So out of all those numbers, there's only 4 big wins. The rest of them have either been losses or small wins. I don't think we're doing too bad. It's not a complaint. It's just curiosity. I know that's a big win. I say big win. It's $11. It's not. It's not like Spike Mike's Black Hole. 29 was a game changer. I think 29 pulled us out of a hole a couple of times. There's different styles of players, though, isn't there? I would say this is more suited to my style of play. I prefer small, consistent wins rather than big, erratic. Where's that going? 31's a small win. Rather than big swings. I mean, it is more exciting and more interesting, and it gets your adrenaline going. But I think I do prefer just to collect the $5, collect the $11, rather than being like, right, I need to hit a number here for $400 profit, otherwise I'm in trouble. But we're going to see. We're going to see which one performs best over the roulette tournament. And obviously, you guys have a lot of strategies now to choose from, what you think's best suited for you. All right, we've hit a whack. Fortunately, it's on base bet. We know they're going to come. We can't have 37 spins without a single whack when there's 5 of them on the table. So if we can time them right. Oh, double. Too busy talking, forgot my progression. Yeah, if we can time them when we're on the low side, that's fine. That's fine by me. It's if you start getting whacked here, that's when it starts start getting a bit scary. Because 86 goes to 160, doesn't it? Or even 172. Right, we know from experience two big wins in a row and we can reset. So there's one. Went from 96 to 118. And we will go to $140 if this is a big one. If this is a small one, I think we have to stay at this level. Oh, that changes things quite considerably. Repeat and double. $172 bet. We're at that 30 spin stage, that 30 spin mark. That was a double. Wasn't a partial loss. I couldn't just add a unit. I had to double that up. How are we going to recover back to this? We have to get back to $139. And a partial loss. Oh, dear me. Right. Thankfully, we're not doubling this. So let's repeat that. And we're adding a unit. I'm very glad that we're not going from 170 to 340. We're only going to 215. So that is probably one of the main changes Luke 95 implemented, which I think has come at the right time. After losing, how much did we lose then? We were 32, so we lost $60. Do I really want to add another $172 on the table? I would suggest no. That's a win. I wonder if we can come down levels, or maybe we shouldn't. We'll just repeat the bet, because again, Luke 95 has said reset in session profit or close. Now, I'm assuming he watches the channel and knows that I sort of step in because I was sick of losing my bankroll after being $5 short of session profit and then just going loser, 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 and being game over. So I'm guessing if we get kind of close, I can reset. I might meet him 21. I thought I was going to go into 0. I might meet him halfway and just reduce. How much profit's that? 23 to 78. So that's $55 profit. We're not going to get back to session high. I might just, if we can hit another big one, or even if we can hit another small one, I'll probably bring that down from 215 down to what? What's the level below? 172. Need to hit this first though. Okay. Guys, we're $6 short. That's a reset. That's 100% a reset. He said all close. I'm not putting $200 on the table when I'm $6 short. 39, 33. Yeah, $6 short. It might have not put it. If I didn't reset, it might have had a chance of being in the top 8. But you have said, Luke, all close. Good job I did. Good job I did reset because that was a partial loss. Just to demonstrate what we're doing. Partial loss, adding a unit, not doubling. Like I said, same thing at this level, but I mean, that recovery, guys, was nice. We hit a whack, a jackpot, then a whack, then a partial loss. So we hit 4 losses, did we? 1, 2, no, sorry, we hit 3 losses in 4 spins there. But then 1, 2, 3 spins later, we completely recovered. Right, back at session profit. Reset. I mean, I think this has performed well. Nice, steady graph. Got into a bit of trouble for literally 1 spin. We were $32 down, and then we're straight back to this is the highest amount of money that we've had. We only have 2 spins left, so I don't think that this is going to make the top 8, but I think it's performed quite nicely. Okay, that's a jackpot number. And we can repeat our bet. So if this does win, it's going to finish on 106. If this hits a good one, it's going to finish on $161. The least amount of money it can finish on is $107 in profit. And guys, look at these stats. What did I say at the start of the video? We can expect 28 wins, 9 losses. We've got 28 wins, 8 losses so far. If this loses, it's pure probability. Okay, so we got on the slightly lucky side. Instead of 9 losses, we had 8 losses. Instead of 28 wins, we had 29 wins. That finished $161 in profit, 29 wins, 8 losses. I quite like that. I thought the recovery was pretty smart. Luke 95, you will receive a third of these winnings. Let me know what you think of this strategy, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.